everyone. This is Donna's Happy Hour. Just a reminder to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you get future notifications of the videos. And please leave a comment. Thank you. Have a great day. So what is the average height of a runway model, a male?
I would say average height of all the, like, you know, probably 6'1", 6'2".
Really?
Yeah, I would say 5'11", I think, is the cut.
Okay.
I think most models are around 6'1", 6'2".
Oh, interesting.
They get taller for runway.
Okay.
Runway is always a taller look, tall, skinny look.
Right.
And then e-commerce, there's a little bit more flexibility with that.
Okay. And what is the height usually requirements for what you're doing?
I think, I mean, especially even with social media, I was going to go back to like Instagram or Facebook.
Right.
I think a lot of those requirements have kind of gone out the window. I think if you can build a lot of models right now have like small fame off of social media, and a lot of, I think, agencies and companies are working with someone who's good looking but not necessarily like a typical model.
Right.
Which I've seen that's the way, you know, things are going.
Right. Okay.
So I think right now it's, you know, if you have the look that a company's looking for, maybe even you have a big following on social media, they'll, you know, you have a chance of actually being a model as well, which I've seen happen a couple times. But just getting into a modeling agency, I would say probably, I think 5'11" to like 6'3" is the cut.
Is the cut.
For height, yeah.
And what about for women? What is the height requirements for that?
Women, I'm not positive. I think it's about 5'9" to like 6'1", maybe 6 foot, 5'9" to 6 foot,
5'9".
maybe. Yeah.
Because I know that there have been, as a matter of fact, you're going to crack up. Okay. So, shorty me, when I was younger.
Right.
You know, thought about going into modeling as far as like, you know, doing catalog modeling and stuff like that. I knew I was too short to be a runway model, but I had done a couple of things in Manhattan, and one of the modeling things that I did, actually did it with Christina Brinkley.
Oh, wow, okay.
And it was a modeling. It was the big companies like, who was it, Ford and all the other big agencies at that time were looking for new models. Right. And she actually, that's the day she landed. I think it was, trying to remember who picked her up, which one it was. But yeah, so she was on the runway with me. And I did not obviously land a a runway modeling contract, but I did win Miss Photogenic out of all the girls. So
look at you, that's great.
Yeah, it was fun. You know, you have to. That's the other thing, I guess, is you have to find your niche.
Absolutely,
is so important for anybody to really do and excel in the field, in any field. So let's do this. Now we must have some more photos, right, of you doing some your guests. Do we have any of those with us here?
I could probably pull up some guest photos. I have some from a shoot I just recently did, actually, on my phone.
Okay, great. Okay,
those come out really amazing.
Did they really? Oh,
awesome.
Good. Okay, yeah. If we can get his phone,
can you grab my phone right there?
Fantastic.
So here's this one. And then,
let them see it for a bit. I'm hoping that we're gonna, of course, probably have you send that over so we can put it in. But
okay. Some here, but yeah.
So okay, so now knowing that these are recent, how has COVID affected your work?
Right. COVID affecting work, so there was not a lot of work. That's pretty much how it affected.
There is not a lot of work. Wow.
Yep.
You know, my heart goes out to anybody that's, actually just anybody, because it's affecting so many people. Right. And I mean, when you think about Broadway being shut down the way it's been shut down, but I never realized how it would even affect something like that, you know. When you did that shoot, how long ago was that?
This one was actually a few months ago.
Okay, so you got it squeezed in when there was a lull in the...
Exactly, yeah.
I think that's what a lot of people had to do. Wow.
Exactly.
Okay. And how is California overall making out with COVID? Have they...
I think their numbers just spiked back up.
Okay.
So I think right now they're not doing so well.
Okay.
I think at first they were doing pretty well, and then things were pretty shut down, and then right now I think there's a big spike. I don't know if it's because due to the holidays or whatnot. So
it seems to be trending that way all over, you know.
Absolutely,
so it's not just California. I mean, even in this area, and I do unfortunately think, you know, which they said would happen with the holidays, that people are traveling.
Absolutely.
And as much as, and I really do think that people are trying to be really safe about it, this is just such a contagious virus that it's almost impossible in many ways to safeguard yourself, you know. You let your guard down for just a minute and, you know, bingo. But I want to thank you again for joining me.
Absolutely.
But is there any other advice that you have for, as I said, people that are starting out?
Yeah, so my advice, just know what you want to do. I think, you know, if you want to do modeling, then definitely try to get in shape and eat healthy, do those things. But you can, I think, even I was going to go back to the social media, you can even be a model without going to an agency. There's ways to you can take photos now. You can get, you know, we all have a phone with great cameras, and
wow.
I think if you can pretty much be your model in your own right by, you know, starting an Instagram account and having really good content and doing something like that. So you don't always have to go down the route of a typical traditional model. Right. There's different ways to get there.
Wow.
So think outside the box.
Now, Instagram, you were saying. So you basically just go on, you open an account, and you just start
post
posting.
Photos. Yeah, post photos.
Okay. All right. And now here's to me, it's an interesting question. If somebody were to contact you through that medium, how do you check up to make sure they're legit? What do you do on your end to be safe? Right,
and that's like a perk of having an agent, because I can send a lot of those requests right to my agent. He can verify those things.
Okay.
I'd say if you don't have an agent, just be careful. You know, don't send photos if they're asking for photos. You know, if they're weird photos or whatnot, and don't give anyone money. But that is a perk of, you know, having an agent.
Having an agent,
you can just send them, you know, oh, go talk to my agent. You can set up a deal or something. So
it has changed so much with all of the social media. Like years ago, you always had to have an agent. You know, that was the only way you were really going to get good, legitimate work.
Absolutely.
And now you're telling me that that's not really necessary, which is so interesting, but yet at the same time so scary. I think if I had a child that wanted to go into the field, I would probably lean towards getting an agent. And for more than one reason, the fact that they're there to look over the contracts, correct? To make sure that you're getting the best deal, that you're getting, you know, you're getting the support of that agency. So
absolutely, I agree.
I think that's a smart idea to do that. Okay, and now the other question, when you do a shoot, do they do makeup on you?
Yeah, hair and makeup.
They do hair.
And it depends on who you're really shooting with. I've done shoots where they don't really do anything with hair and makeup, and then, you know, it just depends kind of where the shoot is or whatnot. So.
Oh, interesting. Okay, and so it's not like you bring your little makeup kit.
No, I don't. No, I don't do makeup. No.
You don't do makeup.
No.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much. You're going to have to keep in touch with me.
Okay.
Let us know how you're doing.
Absolutely.
COVID is on the way out with the new vaccines coming in.
Right.
So again, thank you for taking some time out of your vacation.
Absolutely, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see you next week.